Right now, somewhere in your pocket, your phone is quiet. No buzz, no light, no notification. And yet, you're going to check it anyway. You know there's nothing there. You just checked 5 minutes ago. But your hand moves before your brain even finishes the thought. Why? The easy answer is that phones are addictive. That's what everyone says. Apps are designed to hook you, algorithms are built to trap you, tech companies want your attention, and they got it. But the real answer is far stranger. Your phone isn't hijacking something new. It's hijacking something 2 million years old. Something that kept your ancestors alive on the African savanna long before screens existed. Something written so deep into your brain that no amount of willpower fully switches it off. You're not checking your phone because you're weak. You're checking it because you're built to. Picture your ancestors 60,000 years ago walking open grassland in small foraging bands. No walls, no roofs, no locked doors between them and the world. Every rustle in the grass mattered. Every distant shape on the horizon mattered. A shadow could be nothing, or it could be a lion. The humans who survived weren't the strongest. They weren't even the smartest necessarily. They were the ones who paid attention, the ones whose eyes kept flicking to the horizon, the ones whose brains rewarded that flicking with a tiny hit of relief every single time it turned out to be nothing. That relief is dopamine. And here's the part most people get backwards. Dopamine isn't really the reward chemical. Neuroscientist Robert Sapolsky's research on anticipation showed something surprising. Dopamine spikes highest, not when you get the reward, but right before you know whether you'll get it. The uncertainty itself is the trigger. The not knowing is what your brain finds irresistible. Your ancestors didn't get a dopamine hit from seeing a lion. They got it from checking whether there was one. The scanning, the looking, the moment right before the answer arrived. Does that sound familiar? Every time you unlock your phone, you don't know what's waiting. Maybe a message, maybe nothing. That gap, that split second of not knowing, is doing to your brain exactly what a rustling bush did to a hunter-gatherer's brain 60,000 years ago. You are, quite literally, scanning the horizon. You just replaced grassland with a glass rectangle. There's a second piece to this puzzle, and it doesn't come from the savannah. It comes from a lab. In the 1950s, psychologist B.F. Skinner ran experiments on pigeons that would end up explaining half of modern technology. He built a box with a lever, press it, and sometimes food came out. Not every time. Randomly. Pigeons that got food every single press eventually got bored and stopped pressing. But pigeons on a random schedule? They pressed constantly. Obsessively. Even when no food came for a long stretch, they kept going, convinced the next press might be the one. Skinner called it a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. It's the same mechanism that powers slot machines, and it's the same mechanism sitting inside every notification screen you own. You don't check your phone because you know something good is there. You check it because you don't know. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's a message that makes your whole day better. The randomness is the hook, not the content. Your ancestors' scanning behavior and Skinner's pigeons are doing the same dance. Uncertain reward. Repeated checking. A brain that can't quite let it go. But there's a third layer here, and it might be the strangest one. You're not just checking for danger, you're checking for people. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar spent years studying primate social groups and found something remarkable. The size of a primate's social group correlates directly with the size of its brain's neocortex. Bigger groups, bigger brains, more social information to track. Humans live in some of the largest, most complex social groups of any primate on Earth. Dunbar's research suggests humans can meaningfully track relationships with roughly 150 people. That number shows up again and again across history, from ancient villages to military companies to modern friend circles. For your ancestors, knowing your place in that web wasn't a luxury. It was survival. Who's angry with whom? Who owes a favor? Who might share food during a bad season? Falling out of the social loop could mean losing access to protection, to resources, to your entire support system. Your brain evolved to crave social information the same way it craves food and safety. Not because it's shallow, because it's practical. Now think about what a phone actually is. It's not a danger detector and it's not a slot machine And it's not a social register, it's all three at once, running simultaneously every single time you glance at that screen. Ancestral instincts are broken, it's that they were built for a world with maybe 30 rustles a day, not 30,000 notifications. A world where checking the horizon cost you nothing but a glance, not hours of your life scrolling. Your brain still runs the ancient software. It just never got the update for a world where every stranger's opinion, and every possible danger on Earth can reach you at 2 a.m. So what do you do with that? You stop treating the urge to check your phone as a personal weakness and start treating it as what it actually is. Old wiring, doing old work, in a world that changed too fast for evolution to keep up. Some researchers studying attention and technology now suggest that understanding the mechanism is itself a kind of defense. When you recognize that a notification triggers the same circuitry as a shadow on the savannah, you gain a strange kind of distance from it. You can feel the pull and still choose not to follow it because you finally understand what's pulling. Your ancestors couldn't turn off their vigilance either. They needed it. It kept them alive. The difference is they had actual lions to watch for, and once the watching was done, it was done. Your watching never really finishes because the horizon you're scanning has no edge. Think about the last time you checked your phone for no reason at all. There was no notification, no buzz, just an itch, a pull, a flicker of the eyes toward the screen. That itch is 60,000 years old. It's the same itch that made a hunter-gatherer glance up from gathering roots. The same itch that made a night watchman check the tree line one more time. The same itch that made Skinner's pigeons press a lever they knew might not pay off. You're not weak for feeling it. You're human for feeling it. Right now, somewhere in your pocket, your phone is quiet again, and you're about to check it anyway. But maybe now, when you do, you'll know exactly why.